Hi guys, it's Josh from gak.co.uk and I am here with
Sean.
And Doug.
from Zoax. Now guys, you've already played. How did you find it?
It was really good fun, really good turnout, busy, pretty hot on the stage, which is a bit bizarre considering it's the south of England, it's a little bit windy. But it was good,
but the sun was directly on the stage, wasn't it?
Roasting on stage.
Roasting,
I was sweating all over the place.
Awesome.
Like pink, very Scottish and
No,
sunburned.
you guys are incredibly white actually,
Oh,
very pale.
See-through.
See-through, in fact, in fact. So, actually, we have GAC royalty on stage today. Sean actually works for us, don't you? You work in store, don't you?
Yeah. New member of GAC.
Oh, fantastic royalty, as it were. So, cool. You need to like step up, man.
Alright, I manage No Tom Vintage and Classic Guitars on Denmark Street in London.
Damn it! That's it, done. Right, cool. So I dragged you guys up here to talk about your fine pair of guitars. So let's start with you, dude. So what do you have with you here?
So I've got a 2011 custom deluxe Strat, and I've got a standard setup on it, basically, to be honest. But we play in drop C, and I used the Dario NYXLs.
Okay.
And then I've got a Monty's rails in it. And Monty makes guitars, pickups and does setups on guitars in Chiswick in West London. And he made this pickup for me and sent it over to me for my birthday this year, actually.
So is that the only modification you've made on the guitar?
Yeah, that's the only change I've got on there. Other than that, it's stock, and then just the bad boy.
Bad boy
thick
pickup.
strings.
Oh, bad boy thick strings.
Yeah.
So you guys, as you said, you guys play in drop C. Sorry, I didn't catch what gauge strings do you actually use on this?
I've been trying to remind myself of this constantly, so I'm going to ask Sean, what strings do I use again?
You've got 11 to 56.
Okay.
11 to 56.
Yeah.
No,
It's like diet.
mediocre boy.
It's like Diet Coke
Diet
in terms of weight.
Yeah, of
strength,
course,
It's not
of
full
course.
fat, but it's all right.
So as you said, this is a custom shop Fender.
Yeah, it's the custom deluxe stuff, so it's a team-built custom shop Fender, but it's the first year that they did it. So I think they've changed it every year, but when they came out, I was just all over it. So this is the American Deluxe bridge, or the bridge they use on that.
Yeah.
And I really like the 2-point swivel on it.
Yes, that's
and
it.
the big chunky saddles, I think they're great.
Instead of having it pivot on all 6 screws on like the Mexican,
Yeah.
being able to pivot on just the 2 like an axle, it's awesome for tuning stability, right?
Yeah, I like it, and I like giving it a cheeky,
Pretend
pretend like I'm Steve Vai, you know, like the guys that can actually play.
Yeah, of course. So, in terms of like what it feels like compared to say a standard Fender guitar, what would you say? Like, what was the main reason for you picking, apart from it obviously being like a custom shop? What was the main reason for you grabbing this one instead of say an American standard?
I just really like the feel of it, to be honest.
Okay.
I think it was it felt like a more more stronger, a grammatically better guitar.
More stronger.
It felt like a better put together instrument, to be perfectly honest with you, and the fact that it's nitro, to be perfectly
Nice
honest.
and aging slightly better.
Yeah, and it like dings and doesn't really chip. You know,
Okay.
it's sort of like it's going to age like an old guitar would.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it felt like butter.
Yeah, fantastic.
Butter.
So in terms of woods, do we have an older body?
Yeah, it's an older body, maple neck.
Is that bird's eye maple?
Yeah, it's bird's eye maple, and interestingly enough, they were supposed to come with flame maple on them. So I don't know whether that's them changing,
Messing
what
up,
they did just before it
maybe?
came out or whatever. And then rosewood board, and it's a slab, so it's obviously a sort of 62 style, but the
Awesome.
truss rod access is at the headstock end, which is nice.
Sound.
Gives you a
So
little
it's
fiddle
nice and
there.
adjustable quickly,
Yeah.
especially if you're playing drop C. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Wicked. Let's move over to Sean. So, Sean.
So I've got a custom Sir Modern that I got about 4 years ago. Quilt maple top, mahogany body, mahogany neck. Got a Pow Ferro fretboard. Yeah, and I upgraded the pickups because the Sir pickups were good, but I just wanted something with a bit more clarity. So I've got bare knuckle, nail bomb, and cold sweat in there.
Oh, sweet. What made you go for that combination? Was it something specific, or did you go for it yourself?
Well, I used the nail bomb before in a PRS that I used to have, and it sounds great with mahogany.
Yeah.
Just works really well because it's got like a real nice bite on the top end, but then it's really tight and defined as well. But yeah, I'm using 12 to 60 NYXL.
12 to 60.
NYXL Didarios in here, yeah.
So in terms of that 60 being quite thick, and obviously if you're using 12 on the higher strings, do you play any sort of melodic lead work in the band at all?
Yeah, I play quite a lot of the lead.
So
work in
how
the
does
band,
that feel when you've got such thick strings? Say, for instance, I play in a drop C band and I use just a standard set of 11s because I'm terrified of it being like unplayable. So what does it, like in terms of maybe this guitar, how does it feel with the 12 to 60s?
I actually love fighting against guitars. Yeah. I mean, I much prefer heavier strings, and I'd prefer to struggle to get to a bend than to overbend.
Okay.
And that's just the way I've kind of always played, yeah. But for me, I mean, it's much better for rhythm because it's much tighter and way more defined, and better for tuning as well, which is the big thing.
Okay, cool. So you guys played today already, and you guys bloody enjoyed it. So we're talking about amplifiers in this moment. So obviously the stage was endorsed by Orange amplifiers. What is the amplifier that you use other than standard Orange stuff? Because obviously, did you use their cabs on stage today?
I use their cabs, yeah, and I use a Kemper profiler.
Ah, a gentleman after my own heart. So I use the Kemper profiler as well.
Sean's currently scorning at both of us.
Oh, is it? He's like, no, Valve all the way.
I really like it because it's really light.
I mean,
So I was lugging an AC30 and a 412 round, and it was an absolute headache. Like, it was a nightmare, and this thing weighs...
the AC30 straight away. Well, you know when you turn on the Kemper and it's got the AC models at the beginning?
Yeah.
I think they're absolutely great.
I think they're really nice. To be honest, I'm really happy with it. Sean hates it, but, you know. No, I think it's like an opportunity, because it's not like a standard guitar amp, but it's definitely an opportunity to slag each other off. And I think it's very important being in a band that you slag each other off constantly.
100%.
It's an essential.
100%.
So.
It's an essential part of being in a band.
Yeah.
You know, it keeps you close.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you don't do it, it's not worth it.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
Kemper profiling.
I use a Kemper profiler, and I use a G-Labs GSC4 switcher, which controls the MIDI on the profiler, but it also puts in other pedals in the loops. So there's 8 loops on it at the start, and I only use a few of them. And I've got a Electro Harmonix POG 2, I've got a Strymon Big Sky, Strymon Timeline tuner and volume pedal, and I use a full tone OCD for certain sections just as a little boost. And then I've got a EHX Freeze as well that I use for other bits. But I really like it, and I just run a loom front to back. I've got wireless in the rack. I use a Line 6 G90.
We actually had a gentleman today who played earlier today. I can't remember what band he was in, but he was using an Axe FX Ultra 2. So why choose the Kemper over something, say, like an Axe FX?
Because I could go and try the Kemper in a store.
Well, there you go. And it was just, that was it. It just worked for you?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with it. It took pedals in front of it really well, which is quite an important thing for me. The availability of profiles to download.
What, from us?
No, from a competitor that we both used to work for.
Okay,
But
you shall not be named. GOK does sell the Kemper profiling amp, just so you know.
yeah,
Cool. Were you using a power amp for it, or were you going direct?
I've got the one with the power amp built into it, and it's so easy. You don't need to do anything with it. You just plug it into anything, and it adapts to what it's been given, which I really like.
Fantastic. So, Sean, what are you using for amp at the moment?
I've got a Bogner Ubershell.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's just that's how I run it. 100-watt valve head. It's the way to do it. Gives you that full sound every time.
Sean's got a very adult setup.
Of course.
Yeah, and I've got a little pedal board with a Strymon Blue Sky Brigadier and Earthquaker underneath, which is a great pedal.
We've just started stocking the Earthquaker devices. What do you think of that
I
afternoon?
love them. I think it's an awesome pedal. Yeah, I really like it. I'm also using an Earthquaker Palisades, which is their multi-tube skimmer overdrive. Yeah, I mean there's so much variation in that pedal. It's unbelievable.
Definitely.
And I use a Shure GLXD 16 UK pedal wireless, which has been awesome. Just so reliable. Never had any problems. It's on a rechargeable battery pack as well, so you get sort of 16 hours battery life out of it. Charge it for an hour and you can go and play a gig and you're ready to go.
Awesome. So finally, we're going to talk about Desert Island side of things. So if not the guitars you have now, obviously you both have some absolutely fine, beautiful instruments on your hands. But if you could, yeah, of course, there's the but always. If you could come into our store and you said, Sean, Joss, I want a guitar, and we said, you can have anything you want for free, what guitar would you take from our store for free?
From stuff that you stock?
From stuff that we stock.
I would take a 59 or 60 VOS Gibson 330.
Very, very specific.
That's
very
exactly
cool.
What I would take, yeah.
Awesome. Any reason for that?
I just think they're really, really well made guitars. If you had a first year one, just to be I would take a first year one.
So you're not bothered that it joins at the 12th fret and it's hollow?
No, the 19th fret join ones I do like though. You know, of the older ones. But okay, I mean, if we're going fantasy world on that, I mean, I'd take a 68 burgundy metallic long neck 330.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, I'd love one of them. Like, let's not mess about.
Let's not mess about. Yeah. Right, Sean, you walked into work, should I say?
Yeah.
And Jay goes, dude, we're gonna have to let you go, but we're gonna give you a guitar.
Here's severance pay.
Yeah. So
cool,
we're gonna
cool.
give you a guitar so that you don't feel too bad. What would you take from the store?
I'm on a bit of a telly hype at the moment.
Okay.
So probably the thin line Seafoam Green Dennis Galushka master build that we've got with the rosewood neck. That's an awesome guitar.
That's a very cool.
It's so,
Yeah,
so good.
that's such a good guitar.
Just like, oh man, if I had the money, I'd buy it, but not yet.
Oh, awesome. Well, there you go, guys. This is the guys from Zoax. Make sure you check them out. They're absolutely phenomenal. These have been their guitars, so thanks for watching.